How many times have you told yourself this will be the year you finally change? You'll save more money. You'll finally get in shape. You'll stop wasting time on people who drain you. And yet, here you are stuck in the same cycle. If you're honest with yourself, you've been here before. You make promises, you break them. You set goals, then abandon them. And every time you fail, a small part of you starts to believe maybe you're not capable of change. It's because your mind always wins. And unless you learn how to outsmart it, it will control your habits, your money, your relationships, and your future. But here's the good news. Once you understand how your mind works, the tricks it plays, the traps it sets, you can turn the game around. You can take back control. Why your mind wins? Your brain is built for comfort, not growth. Comfort equals survival, growth equals danger in your brain's language. That's why scrolling social media feels safe, but starting a business feels scary. That's why you choose the donut over the salad. That's why you stay with someone toxic instead of being alone. Your brain doesn't care about your dreams. It only cares about keeping you safe, even if it means keeping you stuck. Think about it. You wake up early, determined to hit the gym, but then that little voice whispers, 5 more minutes. Suddenly, 5 minutes becomes an hour, and the gym never happens. Or maybe you plan to cook at home and save money, but your brain, craving instant pleasure, says, "You've had a hard day, just order food, you deserve it." At the time, these didn't feel like major decisions, but if you look closely, these tiny battles decide your future. The small daily choices, where your mind convinces you to choose comfort over growth. The truth their brain won. The money battle. Why people who win the lottery often go broke. Why most people spend more when they earn more. Lifestyle inflation. The mind says you deserve it. It's tied to this psychology. The mind craves status plus instant reward, not long-term stability. Let's look at this real-life example. Imagine 2 people earn $1,000. Person A buys new shoes, a night out, and a new phone upgrade. Person B invests $200, saves $100, spends $700 wisely. Who feels happier in the moment? Person A. Who wins in the long run? Person B. Lesson: your brain will always push for the quick hit of happiness, unless you create systems that force long-term wins. I once knew a guy who earned double what I did. He drove a nice car, had the newest phone, designer clothes, but every time rent came due, he was broke. Meanwhile, another friend made half his income but always had savings. He didn't look flashy, but 5 years later, he had money for investments, a business, and a down payment for a house. Both had the same opportunities, the same city, the same chances. The difference wasn't money. The difference was who had trained their mind to win the long game. Your mind will create an illusion, make you think you're in control. Here's the tricky part: your mind is smart, it doesn't shout, it negotiates. It tells you you'll start tomorrow. Just this one time. You can make up for it later. But think about it, how many tomorrows have already passed? How many one-times have stacked up into years of regret? That's the illusion. You feel like you're in control, but really, your mind is pulling the strings. Why habits break? New Year's resolutions fail because people rely on motivation instead of systems. Motivation fades, systems last. Habit loop: trigger equals routine equals reward. Example: you're stressed, that's the trigger. You binge junk food, that's the normal routine. You feel pleasure, that's the reward. Why we fail: diets, gym plans, and resolutions. It's not just lack of discipline, it's the brain's reward system. Real example: you quit sugar, but your brain screams for it because it remembers the reward. Value advice: don't fight habits, replace them with new routines. Example: instead of late-night scrolling of social media, replace it with 10 minutes of journaling. Still relaxes, but builds control. If you want to beat your mind, you don't fight the habit, you replace the reward. Practical advice: replace junk food with exercise, it's the same dopamine but healthier outcome. Replace online shopping with investing apps, tiny dopamine hit from growth. Procrastinating, the silent killer. Why you delay even important things. Fear of failure disguised as "I'll do it tomorrow." Real example, you've had a business idea for years, but your mind convinces you to wait until you're ready. Truth is, you'll never feel ready. The solution is: start with the 2-minute rule. Start small, just open the laptop, just write 2 lines, just run 2 steps daily. Momentum beats perfection. The difference isn't intelligence, it's system versus willpower. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, same daily routines, not relying on motivation. Serena Williams, habits built around discipline, not emotion. So both the rich, the disciplined, the great, they all don't trust their brain. They build systems that make success automatic. You too can achieve same if you don't let your mind controls you. RELATIONSHIPS and the emotional mind. Why people return to toxic partners. Why your mind makes excuses for red flags. Emotional brain equals logical brain. And it's not just money. Your mind also wins in relationships. That's why people stay with partners who don't respect them. The logical part of you knows you deserve better, but the emotional mind whispers, at least you're not alone. What if you never find someone else? What if you end up alone? And so, instead of walking away, you stay. Not because it's love, but because your mind won the battle of fear. The same happens with friendships, jobs, even family. Your mind convinces you to settle because settling feels safer than change. But the solution is identity shift. Right arrow. You need to tell yourself, I'm not someone who accepts less than respect, and stick to it. The hidden cost of losing to your mind. Here, what most people don't realize: every time you let your mind win, you pay a hidden cost. Not just in money, not just in time, but in who you become. Every skipped workout tells your mind, I'm not disciplined. Every dollar wasted tells your mind, I can't handle money. Every toxic relationship tells your mind, this is all I deserve. And slowly, without realizing it, your identity is shaped by defeat. You stop believing in yourself. You stop trusting your own word. You stop dreaming big because your mind has already convinced you it's impossible. You start losing yourself. The blueprint to reprogram your mind. 1. Awareness. Catch the lie your brain tells you, do it tomorrow, you deserve it. 2. You replace, not remove, swap bad habits with rewarding ones. 3. Environment design. Remove temptations, delete apps, block sites, activate automatic savings. 4. Identity shift. Don't try to save money. Become the kind of person who builds wealth. The good news is, if your mind can convince your mind to play small, it can also convince you to play big. If it can trap you in bad habits, it can also lock you into powerful ones. If it can pull you down, it can also lift you up. The key isn't fighting your mind. The key is training it. Because once you train it, your mind doesn't just stop winning against you. It starts winning for you. Your mind is powerful, and if you don't master it, it will master you. It will trick you into spending instead of saving. It will convince you to stay stuck instead of growing. It will push you toward comfort instead of greatness. But once you understand the game, you realize something important. Your mind isn't your enemy, it's just untrained. And when you train it, when you build systems, when you create an identity of strength and discipline, suddenly you stop fighting your mind. You start using it. And that's when you win. So the question is, are you the master of your mind, or is your mind the master of you? Because the life you want, the wealth, the health, the relationships, the peace, doesn't come from luck. It comes from learning how to win the battles your mind fights every single day. If this message spoke to you, don't just let it end here. Take a second right now, breathe, and ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today to take back control of my mind? Write it in the comments section. I will be reading them. Download this video and watch it later. Let's grow together. Hit the subscribe button for more videos. Your mind has been winning for years. It's time you start winning back.